If you have a self-hosted server at your home, sometimes you might want to access it from outside your local network. There are multiple ways to achieve this. One solution is to just use port forwarding, which basically redirects all the traffic from internet directly to your server on a particular port. But this is not a very safe solution. Another solution is to use a VPN, which basically encrypts all your traffic through a secure tunnel. VPN allows all the devices connected to a particular VPN server to act in a virtual local network. This means that even if the devices are located in a different place over the internet, you can access them as if they were connected physically. There are numerous VPN protocols available that you can use in your self-hosted server. OpenVPN is one such solution. OpenVPN is a great protocol and a great VPN, but it's very slow compared to other VPNs. There is also Wireguard VPN, which we are going to see in this video. Wireguard is quite fast when we compare it with OpenVPN, but setting it up is quite complicated. So in this video we are going to take a look at a tool called Firezone, which allows us to manage Wireguard graphically. Firezone provides a very intuitive and simple way to manage Wireguard. You can add and remove peers, connect and disconnect VPN devices, and much more. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is understand what exactly Firezone is. You can think of Firezone as a front end for Wireguard VPN. At the back end, you have a Wireguard engine which is running to manage VPN and network traffic, and on the front end, you have a graphical interface that you can use to manage the network devices. Firezone is open source and is based on Docker. Due to using Wireguard at the back end, it's 4 to 6 times faster than OpenVPN, and it enables you to create users and manage network connections independently for each user. The installation procedure is super quick and easy. The only thing you need to have is Docker installed on your system. You can run a script to install Firezone in one step. Firezone runs entirely on your own infrastructure, so you are not locked in by any vendor. On top of that, Firezone can take advantage of SSL connections and ensures that your communication is completely encrypted. Let's first take a look at the control panel to see its features and capabilities. While you are installing, you can set up an email address which will be used as an admin. The password is typically auto-generated, and you will see it later in the videos how to achieve this. Once you are logged in, you are welcomed with a simple and very intuitive user interface. Immediately you see an option to add users to the system. Firezone is completely open source and all of its source code is available on GitHub. It provides a nice admin control panel which you can use to easily monitor and control your remote access. In addition, Firezone is also a firewall, which allows you to ensure that your system is safe and secure. On their GitHub page, you can see that Firezone provides a bunch of useful script that does some important tasks for you. The most important one is the installation script, which enables you to install easily. Let's quickly go through the installation scripts and see how easy it is to install it. I'm going to use a virtual private server for this procedure, but you can use the server in your home. Once you're logged into your server, the first thing you need to do is make sure that Docker is installed on your system. If it isn't, you can install Docker via the convenience script provided by their website. Write the following command to download the Docker installation script. Once it's downloaded, write sudo bash install to install Docker. The installation script for Firezone also requires Docker Compose. Simply write apt install docker compose and it should install it. Once Docker is installed, you need to run the installation script. It will ask you a couple of questions to configure, and once it's installed, you are ready to go. Enter your email. This email will be used to log into the control panel. Then select the default installation directory and set up the access domain. It will take some time to download the Docker images. At the end of the installation script, it should generate an automatic password. You will use this password to log into the control panel. If you want to add a new device, which in WireGuard terminology is also called a peer, simply click on the Add Device button at the bottom. You can add a customized name for each device. I'm going to call it as my laptop. If you want, you can add some description as well. Next, allowed IPs dictate which kind of network traffic passes through this VPN tunnel. The default subnet means that all traffic from your node is routed through this tunnel. However, if you want, you can also allow only a certain part of traffic to pass through this tunnel. For DNS server, you can keep it the same. Endpoint is the public IP of your hosted server. In my case, it is the IP of my VPS. MTU is used by WireGuard to define the length of the data packet. It stands for maximum transmission unit. Finally, we are going to keep the default value for keep alive timeout. So the session doesn't close from the client side and it will keep the connection open every 25 seconds. Leave the tunnel IPv to default so Firezone can select its own value. Click on generate and download the configuration file. Let's test if our VPN is actually working. In order to do that, let's first check our current IP address. As you can see that our IP starts with 198. Now let's open the WireGuard client app on Windows and import the configuration file for the peer. Once imported, simply click on activate to activate the tunnel. Once it's activated, you can see the transfer rate at the bottom, which means that the tunnel seems to be working. Now let's go to the browser again and refresh the page. As you can see that our IP has changed. And this is the same IP of my virtual private server. As you can see that all my traffic is going through this VPN server and then directed to other places. If you have other nodes connected to the same server, you can communicate with them directly without fearing about any type of security issues, since all the communication inside the VPN tunnel is encrypted. And with that, we come to an end of our video. In this video, we saw how to use Firezone to manage your WireGuard VPN. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and see you in the next video.